Guys, in real estate, as in all things, better data makes for better decisions. Guys, how's it going? I am Christopher McGee. I am the owner of Halcyon Real Estate, affiliated with the Keller Williams Marcus Center here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today is the 16th of February. It's unusually warm for our winter here, but this is the numbers, the nuance. This is where you come weekly in order to know exactly what Utah's housing market is looking like right now. That's a step up from anywhere else you are looking at this information, because if you look at it on any articles, if you're reading national articles, of course, you're not getting local data. If you're reading articles about real estate and housing in Utah, chances are that data is at least a quarter old. We're looking at it right now. Last week, week over week, so you can see what the trends are like and you're up to date on it. I've altered the chronology, the order in which I relay this information, and hopefully now it's a little bit more palatable, a little bit easier to understand, a little bit better. Let's jump right in. We're gonna look at supply, we're gonna look at demand, we're gonna look at housing prices, we're gonna look at interest rates, so we're gonna look at a few other vectors that have an effect on the housing prices, which is kind of where most of us are focused and interested in. So let's jump right in. We measure demand in terms of homes sold in the previous week and the number of homes that are under contract right now. Last week, the number of homes sold came to 470, which is up from the previous week. This also looks like it's trending down if we look at it from the beginning of the fourth quarter, but looking at it from the beginning of quarter one this year shows it coming slowly up. And currently under contract, we have 5,133. That is up again from the previous week. This is trending up clearly from the beginning of the year. Last week's average list price came to $656,130. That's down from the previous week by about 40K. This is on a moderate downtrend, and home buyers don't hate that, just don't expect it to continue through the second quarter this year. The same thing happened early in 2025, and that was when interest rates were closer to the 7% mark than the current 6% mark. So that 656K and change is our current average list price. Average sold price last week came to $643,479, and so there's a difference, right, between average list and average sold. That difference this last week came to $12,651 in the buyer's favor, right in the window where it's been for a long time in terms of who we're favoring in that difference. And importantly, median sold price, where more people are having an experience buying a home, is at $489,450. That's the lowest I've seen it in a long time. So a lot of these vectors that have been creating downward pressure on our prices really showing up this year in quarter one. Interest rates right now for a 30-year fixed rate conventional loan as a national average come to 6.04%. That's just a little down from where it was last Monday. This is trending very stable right now. Last week's average days on market came to 80 days. That was down a touch from the previous week, still trending up though, and that trend is part of what creates the current downward pressure on prices. The prior week's number of price reductions that occurred on homes on the market actively looking for a buyer, that came to 939. That is up from the previous week. And again, trending up if we look at it from the beginning of the year, though down from the beginning of the previous quarter. And the last thing we'll look at is the number of listing contracts in the prior week that were either canceled, expired, or withdrawn from the MLS. Last week that came to 332. That is down from the previous week. That's trending pretty level overall, still moderately down if anything. What this vector tells us is the confidence sellers have in getting their home sold when they put it on the market. All right, now what does this look like for sellers? What does all that data mean? If you're selling your home right now, if you were to put your home on the market right now, same thing I've been saying for the last several weeks. If you were to put your home on the market right now, you would want to get real thorough about the data in your specific neighborhood, but chances are you would want to price your home a little in front of the moderately down direction of the market right now. Home sellers who aren't willing to do that are sitting on the market a lot longer, and the longer you're on the market, the more downward pressure your asking price has. Home buyers, things are looking a little bit more in your favor right now, particularly because it's the first quarter of the year and we've had all this downward pressure from several vectors on home prices right now, and interest rates are lower than they've been for years. Just understand, this doesn't mean you get to roll up and lowball on the asking price that a seller has. If a seller has appropriately priced their home according to the market, not according to your feelings, if a home seller has appropriately priced their home according to the market, lowball offers aren't gonna cut it. They're not gonna cut it. And when I say lowball, I mean like 15 to 20K under what their current asking price is. They're not gonna entertain it. And if this is a well taken care of home, and if they've accurately priced it, you may well have some competition because there's more buyers out right now than we usually get at this time of year. Partially because of all this downward pressure on prices and because we've got better interest rates than we've had for some time. And that's it for this week, guys. If you have any questions about any of that data, always feel free to hit me in the comments. I'm gonna be happy to respond. If you or anybody you know is looking to move in the coming quarter, especially in, and I'm pointing out my window, especially in Davis County, Salt Lake County, or Utah County, I hope you're comfortable reaching out to me. I'm gonna be happy to help, and I hope it's clear that I'm a buttoned-up professional who knows this market like the back of my hand. And as always, if this is the kind of data that you are interested in wrapping your head around, and better data makes for better decisions in all things, as in real estate, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe. You will not be able to follow this data any better than the way I present it here. Hope you're having a good one. Talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye, bye-bye.